Hi, I'm Cherry Brown. Today's Let's Chat session is about the value of customizing creative in international marketing. Today, we are joined by Brad Pickey, CEO and one of the founders of QuantPlus, a product highly specialized towards the higher education industry. Now, QuantPlus gives valuable creative insights from trillions of data points to marketers wanting to penetrate various global regions and helps to deliver the creative that matches it. It removes the guesswork in coming out with successful creative in various regions. We love working with QuantPlus because we share the same ethos in international marketing, that creative and behavior nuances matter when it comes to global marketing efforts. People are different in different parts of the world. Welcome, Brad. Nice to have you here.
Thank you, Jerry. Good to be here.
Excellent. Look, it's an amazing topic. It's one that is dear to my heart, right? And my first question to you is, does it matter? When we're targeting various nations in the world to come up with the right creative execution, or should we go with a vanilla approach?
Well, look, our data proves that it does matter. Our company has analysed thousands of campaigns in the education space across dozens of countries, trillions of impressions. And what we've found is there are differences, country by country. So there are subtle differences, and then there are very clear and poignant differences between countries in terms of what appeals to people or what appeals to students in recruitment. So yeah, the answer is yes, it matters.
Yeah. And how do you keep it tactical that it's one country and another, and that it is different when universities or higher ed institutions have a core brand element? How does it not detract from that?
Yeah, it's a good question. Look, you don't have to abandon your core branding, and you don't have to abandon the ethos of what you represent. But what QuantPlus reporting gives you is the ability to make informed decisions. So we've done the research for you in any given market, and we've analysed and we've extracted and we've ranked the highest performing elements in key areas which drive the creation of creative. So if you are informed, you can decide what to take on and what to leave out. But the idea behind QuantPlus is the more elements that have appeared in the highest performing ad sets, the more or the higher the likelihood the ad will succeed. So the higher the probability of success in any given market.
Okay. And what do you think are the biggest pain points when we are looking at customizing creative in 5, 10, 20 different countries?
It's difficult. It really is. Historically, it's almost impossible. And even now, it's difficult. The pain points are price and knowledge. Storing that knowledge and having access to that knowledge as a marketing manager and looking back on campaigns and being able to understand what's worked or hasn't worked, or even having the bandwidth to have run different creative in different markets is probably not a thing that was, reasonably accessible. What Quant does, it enables marketing managers to run multivariant ad creative in different markets because our reports act as a blueprint for any creative team. We're breaking the mold a little bit in how you think about creative, because these reports inform decisions before you launch into a market. And they also act as a brief to a creative team. So where traditionally marketing managers might not have had the time or money or resources to brief individual countries into creative teams, whether it's in-house or external, they now can through QuantPlus reporting.
It's fascinating, isn't it? Because there are so many variables when we think about customizing creative, and some of them that I could think of now are languages, image, landscape. Are there any particular ones that matters more than the other between all those?
It's the holy grail to find out what matters most. Look, what I've seen, what I've witnessed is there are variances in all of it. Some are more stark and some are obvious. What this reporting does, it either validates what you thought you already knew, or it actually informs some very new, very logical decision. There are no one-size-fits-all approach. What you have to do is pick the best elements of the highest performing factors, such as look, color, feel, design, image, and embed that intelligence into your own creative DNA to come up with the right creative for a particular country.
it's a big challenge for any marketing managers to tackle.
It is. We've simplified that, and we've offered low-cost solutions by way of reporting. So whereas before you'd turn to a new market like Vietnam and say, well, what attracts people in Vietnam? Well, we know.
Yeah.
We've done the research and we've spent the money to find out the results, and we table that in a report so a marketing manager can use that to inform their choices.
And do you see any big differences when it comes to the various nations? Take Asia alone, between Vietnam and Malaysia, Indonesia, the Philippines, Thailand, Japan, Korea. Are there all really big differences, or are we talking really subtle nuances?
Some subtle, some huge. East versus West, huge differences in image, you know, the amount of image taken up on the page versus the amount of artwork versus the primary and secondary text. And then you look at countries which almost sit side by side culturally and geographically, such as South Korea and Japan, and the color palettes of both ads are enormously different. One is bright, that's South Korea, and vivid and eye-catching, and the other is dull and muted and demure, and that's Japan. Now, historically, you'd run one ad with one color palette designed to attract one type of student, whereas our research is demonstrating that those engagement levels go up if you select different color palettes for different countries.
It's a new era.
It is a new era. And remember, we're not trying to just alter creative for creative's sake and altering sake. It's about ROI. So QuantPlus is trying to drive higher ROI. It's trying to raise the level of engagement to drive down the cost of the media and drive up the ROI. So it's about return.
So do you think, in your experience, those are the uplifts that marketing managers will start seeing once they adopt this customizing of creative and with the help of Quant?
We've seen it. Historically, how you could optimize ads is plug them in, do the creative, plug in whatever creative you're given, have a media company do your strategy, how people consume in a market per channel, launch, then optimize. What we're saying is we've broken that mold, we've gone upstream of that, and we're saying optimize your creative first, then plug it into the right channels, and then have higher engagement, and then increase your ROI. And we've seen up to 300+% on trials we've already done with clients.
That's massive.
It is massive. It's a really good result.
Yeah.
If a university has a brand and they have a recognition, or they have some colors or models of text or font that they already use, if they adopt some of these core elements into their ads to change them subtly or even change them dramatically, it's about higher engagement to improve the cost of media and improve ROIs.
Amazing. Well, that's some really good insights there, Brad, and thank you for imparting your knowledge in this segment.
Thank you, Cherry. I appreciate the opportunity.